Oh my gosh. What the hell happened to my school yesterday? Hey guys, what's up? It's the Culture Detective here investigating your favorite albums, and today I'm gonna do a review on the new King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard album, Infest the Rat's Nest. King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard is a psych rock band from Australia. Well, at least they started off as a psych rock band, but ever since they have started, they have kept on pumping out albums after albums, and each album has a different style, a different flavor, and a different concept. And now they probably have over 10 albums in just a very short period of time. They have dropped tons of albums. Yeah, all the way from the mellow paper mache dream balloon to the very psychedelic epic quarters to the extremely fun and weird and freaky I'm in Your Mind fuzz, and one of my favorite King Giz albums ever, the incredibly intense and raw psychedelic jam explosion Nonagon Infinity. And then in the year 2017 they dropped 5 albums, yes, including the flying microtonal banana psychedelic experience that I really love, the very sinister and mutinous Murder of the Universe spoken word rock album, and also more jazzy albums, and also Polygon Dwanaland, and then Gumboot Soup, and then this year they dropped Fishing For Fishies earlier in the year, and it's a very mellow, sweet, catchy, folky, bluesy, friendly album that's really eco-friendly and really warm and welcoming. And then we have Infest the Rat's Nest, which is just as environmentally conscious but not eco-friendly. Pretty much the opposite of eco-friendly. The entire earth is being destroyed. And it's like they released their softest, mellowest, cutest album, and then they have to drop their angriest, most disgusting, filthiest, and most violent album to date. And this is Infest the Rat's Nest, where they basically dip their hands on thrash metal. Yeah, old school thrash metal. And they know their shit. They do know how to make solid thrash metal songs that are actually really good. You know, it doesn't reinvent the genre or anything, but it's still very good in comparison to any other metal bands, thrash metal bands out there right now. On this album, you get the usual thrash metal isms, the speedy, chuggy guitar riffs, the gruff, gargly, demonic vocals, the blast beats, but at the same time, you also get the slimy, zany, freaky King Gizzardisms sort of here and there on the album. And I really like that. It's like they have projected themselves onto thrash metal on this album. And the concept for the album is also very environmentally conscious, where Earth is being destroyed, and the rich people, they wanted to move to Mars. However, Earth just gets worse and worse, so people on Earth, the poor people, they try to take revenge, and shit happens. The album starts off with Planet B, which is a single they have released alongside the singles for Fishing For Fishies, which is a single that I find super out of place amongst the Fishing For Fishies singles. And then I realized it's not on the Fishies album, it's on the thrash metal album. Duh. Planet B is a total banger. There is no Planet B. I love the primal drums, the demonic growls, the distorted guitar riffs, and the warm bass, and overall, it's such an exciting and angry and just explosive beginning to the album. After that, we have Mars for the Rich, which is pretty much as exciting and as hyped up as Planet B, except it's a little more melodic and playful. Conceptually, it's more evil. It's about rich people moving to Mars and leaving the poor people on Earth, letting them die in this mess. And I enjoy the track a lot as well. I really like the jumpy guitar riffs, and the guitar solo at the end of the track is actually really nice. And then we have Organ Farmer, which is just as violent and as angry as the title. Organ Farmer, Organ Farmer! There are some crunchy, fast guitar riffs throughout the entire track, and they just plow through it in super speed, in full energy, without any change in moods or tempo or tone, but yet they keep it consistent, and it's just a blast. It really is a blast, but at the same time, it doesn't feel one note or one-dimensional at all. And the vocals, they actually kind of remind me of young James Hetfield, which is actually, I mean, it's not a bad thing, and it's a good thing that they are paying homage to thrash metal. After that, we have the track Superbug. It's 7 minutes long, and it's about a disease on Earth that's just plaguing everyone, killing everyone, and it sucks. And this track is slower than any other tracks on the album. It has these slow, doomy, bluesy guitar riffs with a very strong Black Sabbath vibe to them, and even though they can feel a little average, if you think about it, but it's still a very solid guitar riff nonetheless, and overall I think the track isn't just a one-note track. They actually bring some dynamic and some freaky, zany King Gizzardisms on the track. And I also really like the ending, where it quiets down just to build to the epic climax, and it has a pretty crazy relief. After that, it's Venusian 1, which is a pretty straightforward meat and potatoes, sinister thrash metal banger. There's really isn't much to talk about on this track, but I really love the chants and behind the vocals on the track. And after that, we have Perihelion, which is one of my favorites on the album. Not only is it's because of how dangerous and challenging and oddly grooved the guitar riffs are, but the chorus of the thing is surprisingly catchy, melodic, and fun, and kind of triumphant as well. Anyway, after that, it's a Venusian 2, and it's basically a almost like a reprise of Venusian 1, except it's even more wild, even more primal and angry. And again, it's a pretty straightforward thrash metal rager with not much to talk about. Even though musically it's a blast, I guess this is one of the more average moments on the album. After that, it's Self-Immolate, aka Autochromate, and it's definitely not an average moment on the album. This is very much one of the weirder tracks on the album. The drum solo in the beginning is incredibly tense and entertaining and stunning, and then we get the core part of the track, which is just as fun and crazy and violent, where all hell breaks loose. The guitar riffs, they sort of ascend in a very sinister way. I love it. And what I also love about this track is the weird time signature rhythm plays. Again, King Gizzard is kind of known for their plays of time signature, and the album ends off with Hell, where basically the people die in space and go to hell. And after they go to hell, they go back to Mars and take revenge on the rich people. And supposedly it's supposed to be the most ugly and filthy and explosive climax to the album. However, it's not. It only feels like an extension of the previous track, Self-Immolate. But still, it's a blast. It's wild. And overall, even though King Gizzard doesn't really reinvent thrash metal or anything, but the way they dip their hands and try out thrash metal and the way they pay homage to classic thrash metal bands out there in the world throughout history is really, really impressive. And the performances, they are stunning. The concept is actually really nice, something to think about. And they even put out a video game alongside with the album, which is pretty interesting. So yeah, overall, my favorite track is Planet B. My least favorite is Venusian 2. And I am giving King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizards Infest the Rat's Nest an 8 out of 10. So, have you listened to this album? From 1 to 10, how much did you rate it? Like if you like it, and subscribe if you want more. And thanks for watching.